Talk Nation. Today is Thursday, March 4th, and I'm Alicia Hernandez with today's daily update brought to you by Wingspan TV. The winter weather has made an impact on the daily school schedule of many students and staff. WTV's Kashika Suresh has more on how the next few weeks will look.
The last 2 weeks of February were far from typical weeks for citizens living in Texas. School was canceled February 16th through 19th due to severe winter weather. And then last week was all asynchronous as the district needed time to get water, power, and food to all 72 of its campuses.
So this past week with the asynchronous learning, I generally liked it because it was more on my own pace and everything, and the workload was really less.
I really liked having asynchronous learning last week so I could work at my own pace and get things done quicker. The storm did affect me. We had power on and off from Monday to Thursday, so during this time I spent a lot of time reading, and I also spent a lot of time with my family and just enjoying time with them.
The storm didn't really affect me 2 weeks ago. I mostly spent my time with my family watching a lot of movies on Netflix that I downloaded like when the power was there.
Going back from asynchronous learning to synchronous really shook up the schedules of many students and teachers.
Going back to the synchronous schedule is a little bit harder because I have to wake up at a certain time and my sleep schedule is completely messed up. It's not a difficult transition from async to synchronous, but it is a little difficult just to manage my time especially.
I'm adjusting pretty well back to synchronous learning. I do need to get used to having like longer school days now that are back to synchronous. It was an easy transition, I would say. The only difficult part is that I had a lot of tests that were scheduled for last week, but I couldn't take them because we had asynchronous. So now I have a ton of tests this week.
This week should be pretty normal, and all students and teachers will continue face-to-face and synchronous virtual learning as scheduled. Next week, from March 8th through 12th, spring break will take place.
I am super excited for spring break because I just really need a fun week and just relax and just have fun. So yeah, I'm really excited for it.
I'm kind of excited for spring break, considering the fact that we had 2 weeks off and now another week off. But I'm really excited.
Reporting for WTV, I'm Kashika Suresh.
Some teachers on campus are both the teacher and the student, as they're advancing their learning and expertise through higher level schooling. WTV's Stephanie Cho has the story.
While many find fulfillment through the typical 4 years in college, some teachers on campus have sought to increase their understanding in their area of passion by studying for advanced degrees.
I am currently working towards my master's in school counseling from Amberton University.
I'm in school for a PhD in curriculum and instruction, and I'm specializing in curriculum studies, and I go to University of North Texas.
I am pursuing a master's degree in American history and U.S. government. It's a double master's program through Ashland University.
On top of being a full-time teacher, pursuing an advanced degree adds an additional amount of work to their already busy lifestyle.
Really a full-time graduate student. I work here full-time at Liberty High School, and I also have a part-time job. I work as a research assistant, so 2 full-time-ish things and then a part-time job.
Each week we are assigned probably between 150 to 300 pages of reading. So this semester I'm taking Secession and the Civil War, and I have 7 textbooks that I'm reading that I'm expected to read excerpts from, and I have some founding documents. And then I've got a packet of probably about 400 to 500 pages of other material that we're covering as well.
Faced with the struggle of balancing work, leisure, and studying, teachers have had to change their time management habits and efficiency.
It's definitely very difficult. And how do you do it? Well, I guess the first thing is that time is more flexible than you think. You can accomplish a lot more. You'll be surprised how much time we waste, doing things that we don't really need to do. And then just good time management. Of course, make sacrifices. Something's got to break if you're doing so many things in your life. And sometimes you got to sacrifice some things. Like I said, weekends, I do a lot of schoolwork on the weekends. So instead of going to the movies on the weekends, you go ahead and read a couple of research papers. So those are some of the sacrifices that you're going to have to make to, balance all those things.
The way I view my life is that I am a wife and mother first, I'm a teacher second, and I'm a student third. So I literally have to write to-do lists of what all has to be done each day, and I prioritize my tasks, my assignments, everything according to how I see my role in life is. So family stuff first, then work stuff, and then grad school.
However, their hard work is not for nothing, as they hope to achieve greater things and expand their interests with their extensive education.
I can help students more as their counselor and helping them kind of guide through their school years and prep for life after high school than I really can as their classroom teacher. And my ultimate goal is to be completely done with my master's program next spring, 2022, and have a high school counseling position in the fall of 2022. So my goal is to teach for one more year and then be a counselor.
I want to increase my expertise as the AP government teacher. I think it's really important to carry on, and it's something that interests me. So I'm a firm believer that you never stop learning. And so this is kind of part of my intrinsic motivation to learn.
Moreover, their experiences on the other end of the classroom have helped them understand the student mind and apply their experiences to the way they teach.
It's made me a little bit kinder when it comes to students' time. Just making sure that I'm deliberate and intentional with assignments. I don't want students to walk away from my class thinking, wow, that's just a bunch of busy work. I just want to make sure that all of my assignments are scaffolded so that it's building on students' knowledge, and the students are feeling like once they complete assignment, they understand a portion of the material we're covering at a deeper level. So just being more respectful of students' time outside of class, making sure it's engaging in class. That's what I try to do.
Empathy and equity is pretty important for me. So like as a teacher, like you understand, like right now with the pandemic, you understand how difficult things are, and you got to find that balance. If you're in a tough course, I got to teach you all these things, but I also want you to, not be so stressed, but I can't because I gotta teach you this. So there's like a fundamental issue with that, but like I gotta do my best to understand that this is a hard time and have some empathy in teaching, but also have equity as well. Be fair for everybody. If we have rules, we gotta follow them, and then be fair for everybody involved. So yeah, just become a better teacher that cares about the students.
Reporting for WTV, I'm Stephanie Cho.
On this week's edition of My Life As, WTV takes a look into the life of a baseball player, Cade McGarr.
My name is Cade McGarr. I'm a junior. I play shortstop and pitcher for the varsity baseball team this year. As a team, we believe this will be a special year. The talent and team chemistry we bring to the field is unlike no other. Having the chance to contend for district champs and a deep playoff run is extremely uplifting because it brings excitement to the team on and off the field. This year will be a special year because of the depth and talent we have. I'm extremely excited to get to play and represent a name bigger than just mine. Go Red Hawks.
WTV's CJ Kurlitz gives you a recap of soccer and basketball on today's Sports Minute.
Senior Mallory Showalter and sophomore Marielle Schalkes traveled to San Antonio for the 5A state meet on Tuesday. Showalter finished 4th in the backstroke and 7th in the 100 free in her last swim meet in high school. Meanwhile, Schalkes finished 8th in the 200 free. As the swim team leaves state behind, the girls basketball team will enter state. The Redhawks played Wiley East on Tuesday in the 5A Region 2 finals. The Redhawks took a lead at halftime at 20-14 and continued to stay in front and hold on to the lead as they won 39-32 to qualify for state for the third straight year. Their opponent in the state semifinals will be Lubbock's Cooper High School. The game is set for Saturday in San Antonio. Boys and girls soccer continue their season with a matchup against Wakeland on Tuesday, with both teams losing 2-1. Both teams had the chance to shake off the loss as they played Centennial the next day. On the girls' side, the Redhawks won 3-2. Their record now sits at 6-7-3. On the boys' side, the Redhawks fell again 2-1. Their record is now at 7-5-4, leaving them in 5th place in District 9 5A. The girls will look to stay in the win column while the boys will try to get back in a playoff spot this Friday when they face Reedy. The girls will kick off at 5:30 at Reedy, while the boys will kick off at 7:15 at the Nest. Softball went up against Centennial on Monday as they looked to get their first win in district, but the Redhawks lost 17-5, leaving them with an 0-4 record this season. The Redhawks' next chance to get in the win column will be this Saturday when they play Heritage. First pitch will be at 12 at the Nest. Golf is now underway at the Bridges Golf Club as they are in the District 9-5A Boys Preview. The team ended 5th in the last week's Bearcat Brawl. The meet started at 8 at the Bridges Golf Club. Finally, track will also be in a meet today as they compete in their second North Texas circuit starting today at 4 p.m. at Memorial Stadium. Reporting for WTV, this is TJ Krylowitz.
If you're looking for more from Wingspin, you can follow us at Liberty Wingspin on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, or visit our award-winning website, libertywingspan.com. And now for today's announcements. Students for Environmental Action puts out a monthly student-organized newsletter that highlights various environmental topics. To opt in to the newsletters and stay updated on the student body's environmental efforts, scan the QR code below. That's it for today's daily update. This is Alicia Hernandez for Wingspan TV.